Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a plant related video on how to water, once a week, water your air plants, and I'm going to go and just dive right on in on how to go about watering them. And I think I've kind of talked about a little bit on how to do a in between, like misting on them, I believe, but I'm going to, in this video episode, if you want to call it that, I'm going to talk about how to actually properly water them. And I'm not going to actually do it just because I just recently did it, but I'm going to step by step tell you how to actually do it. And personally, I have had success doing this, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it and tell you. So what I like to do is, in my bathroom, I have kind of a shallow kind of a sink, and I will make sure that it's clean of, toothpaste, any soap, hand soap, hair, anything like that. I make sure that it's clean of anything like that that would harm the plants, just because I don't want any harmful chemicals that I might use on myself, or things that I might put in my hair or whatever. I don't want that stuff getting onto my plants. So I might do a quick rinse or wipe down of my sink. Then once I make sure that it's all clean and set, I will then run the water and make sure that it's kind of lukewarm to cool. You want to make sure that it's not hot, it's not cold, that it's try to get it close to room temperature. Make sure that you have the stopper in your sink, and you want to make sure that it's a few inches in your sink, so probably that much water in your sink, and let it stand for a couple of minutes to make sure that it's room temperature. Again, make sure that it's not cold, like ice cold. You make sure that it's not hot. Try to get it as close to room temperature as you can. And then any and all air plants that you have, you want to make sure that they're not dead, they're not dying, that if there's any pests or any bugs or anything that's on them, make sure that they're free of any of those. If there's any parts of them that may have any dead or dying leaves on them, you want to trim all of that stuff off, just to make sure that it's not going to contaminate any other plants that you might put in with them. Make sure that they're clean, just to make sure that when you're putting them all together, that you're not, like I said, going to contaminate any other plants that are in there. And then what you're going to do, the first few times that I did this, I felt horribly guilty for it. I don't know why, I just did. But then when you go in there, you have all of your air plants. You're going to try not to feel guilty for it, but you're going to actually put them into the water and push them down into the water. You will see bubbles coming up from each plant. That is normal. You're going to make sure that the whole plant is going to be, you want to make sure that it's all wet, and then just kind of let them kind of float. Once you get all of it wet, if that makes any sense, make sure that they all get wet, and then just kind of let them do their thing. You want to let them sit in there for 20 minutes or so. I've read anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. I would say roughly 20 minutes. Let them sit in that water. Make sure that you have some paper towels on the side. And when that 20 minutes is up, I would say pick each one individually out and just kind of hold it so that you can kind of get all the water out of them before you put them on the paper towel. so that you can just kind of like drain all the water out of all the leaves. You don't want any water sitting in the plant anywhere, even as you're letting them dry before you put them back anywhere. You want to make sure that before you put them on the paper towel, make sure all the water drains out of all the little crevices before you put them on the paper towel. I know I'm being repetitive, but this is a very, very, very important step. So it's okay to hold them by the base, just kind of like tilt them all around. And it is okay to kind of gently shake them, and then set each individual one on the same paper towel, let them dry, and just kind of leave them for a few minutes. Go do something else, come back, and on the paper towel will be wet. What I like to do is get out a couple more paper towels, transfer them back onto the brand new paper towel that's dry, get rid of the old one that it should be wet, shake out the air plants again, make sure that there's no water still standing in the plants because there might still be some in there, and just do that every couple of minutes, like 2-3 minutes, and within 5 or 10 minutes they should be dry or just about dry, and they should be on their way back to wherever that you have them sitting, or in their terrarium, or wherever that you have them. For the most part, all of mine are sitting in an open area, like in an open pot, except for one of them, which is in a small little container, and that one I made sure that was exceptionally dry just because it is sitting in a little bit of sand, so I didn't want sand to be clumped up onto it. So I hope that this video was helpful in helping you, so that you can help keep your air plants alive, so that you do that once a week, and in between the once a week, that's like how you water them. In between that, you can do light mistings on them, like 2 to 3 times a week. So I hope all of that info is helpful in keeping your air plants alive and all of that good stuff. And if it did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments, and definitely subscribe to my channel as I make new videos every Monday and Thursday. And I hope to see you guys in the next video, and I will see you guys next time. See you later.